Yo, what's that word, YouTube family? This your man, Chris Barnes, back at you with another video. And today we have to talk about a topic that I know is going to go overly viral because it's dealing with race. We got to talk about a 62-year-old military veteran who was gunned down in a Walmart parking lot over a parking space. Now, I'm going to play the clip, but before I play the clip, I think it's only right that we read the news article. But before I get into the news article, everybody take a second to click that like button, click that hype button, and share this video because I got a feeling that this will be a story that we will be doing live streams on because everybody has an opinion on it, including myself. So, according to ABC News, a man was shot and killed in the parking lot of a Walmart in Florida following a dispute over a parking space, according to authorities. The woman who pulled the trigger is claiming self-defense, according to the Broward County Sheriff's Office, which is investigating the shooting. The incident occurred midday Tuesday in North Lauderdale and was captured on a cell phone dash cam video obtained by ABC News. The preliminary investigation revealed an adult female and the victim were involved in a verbal altercation over a parking space in the Walmart parking lot prior to the shooting, the Broward County Sheriff's Office said in a statement. According to investigators, the shooter, the adult female, remained on the scene, corroborated with detectives, and she told them the shooting was in self-defense, the statement continued. Dashcam footage of the incident showed the woman get out the vehicle in a parking space before being approached by the man identified by the sheriff's office as 62-year-old Bart. The woman appeared to be pointing a handgun at Bart with one hand and holding a cell phone in the other as they moved around the parking lot. Bart is seen initially walking away from the woman before walking back towards her. She can be heard saying, "Walk away," before the sound of gunfire rings out, according to the cell phone footage of the incident. Following the shooting, Bart is seen sitting at a time laying on the ground for several minutes before law enforcement officers arrived and appears to apprehend the woman. Bart was transferred to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead. Authorities have not released the name of the woman. It is unclear if she was taken into custody following the shooting. The case will be presented to the 17th Judicial Circuit State's Attorney's Office in Broward County to determine if any criminal charges will be filed. A spokesperson for the office told ABC News on Thursday that they have not yet received anything from law enforcement on the case. When reached for comment, a Walmart spokesperson deferred to the local law enforcement regarding the incident. Now, you all, a picture is worth 1,000 words, but a video is worth a quadrillion. So let's check this video out. I'm going to play the video up until 59 seconds because I don't think YouTube will want us to show the actual shooting. So let's check this out. And that's when I would stop the video. Now, initially, when I seen this video, the first thing I thought to myself is why would that man continue to follow a woman with a gun in her hand over a parking spot? You know, the pettiest thing in the world to die over. Who wants to die in a Walmart parking lot over a parking space that doesn't even belong to you? Now, as I stated, you know, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a police officer. The only thing that I see from this video is a woman with a gun in her hand and a man following the woman with a gun in her hand. And personally, you all, if I feel like my life is threatened and I'm backing away, telling somebody to back up, don't run up on me, and the person continues to walk up on me, I would personally fire the gun because I would be too nervous thinking that if this person gets up close to me, they can take my weapon and fire it against me. However, you all, I am not a lawyer. I am not an attorney. I am not a district attorney, nor, contrary to you all belief, I am not the police. So I'm going to wait for the authorities to do their job, and I'm going to wait for more information to get out. However, we all know that the keyboard warriors will keyboard. So personally, I think it's only fair that we read some of these comments just to check out the pulse of the people. All right, Alfonso Luciero said, this so-called veteran got what he deserves. Since when do you pick fights with people who was pointing a gun at you? He was clearly planning to attack her. She did the right thing. That's honestly what I thought. I thought he wanted to get that gun and use it against her. So Freebird for Life said, first video I saw, I thought immediately murder. Second one was longer, and I don't know what is right. She pulled it out really quickly, leading to the higher escalation with no clear threat to her life. That is what I think is going to get her the most. Brandishing it, so did he feel he was in danger? Remembering Georgia case, clearly they brandished it on the black guy and chased him down. Then he came at them because he felt his life was in danger. Stand your ground and not apply. They shot him and they are in jail for murder. All right, that's something that we'll keep in the back of our head. Looks like she walked away multiple times and he advanced. Cleans stand your ground case. Now, that's what I think as well. However, I noticed as the guy walked off, she seemingly took a few steps towards him. And then he approached her again and she stepped back. So this case is going to get a little tricky and it will get racially heated. If it was my wife and this man comes back around the car towards her and within 2 or 3 steps of her, then stand your ground. If he is a combat veteran, that is a shame to go through and survive combat deployment to Middle East only to get killed in a parking lot by your own citizen over nothing. Really. This was in fact self-defense. She did not stand her ground though. She gave her ground. He continued to follow her, then approached her. I would want my wife, mom, sister, and daughter to do the same. Just like in sports, men are more dangerous than women. Plot twist. If the shooter was white and the victim was black, I promise you the shooter would have been charged all over the boomer news and tons of protests. Yeah, I actually agree with that. It looks like a clear-cut case of self-defense, but the woke right is outraged. He should have kept walking away, never walked towards a person with a gun. I thought that was common sense. Literally, I thought that was just common knowledge. You never want to walk towards a person with a gun. But in 2026, apparently common sense is not too common. Let me give you all some advice. I don't care how badass you are, unless you are cornered, walk away. The man should have just walked away, bro. Literally walked away. And if he felt like the woman did something illegal, he should have took her license plate down, went in that Walmart and said, this woman pointed a gun at me. But the fact that he kept following her around and talking to a woman with a gun in her hand was not a smart idea. Man, I don't get fighting and killing someone over a parking space at Walmart. There's like 100 of them. Not sure why this lady is walking around brandishing a firearm like that, and I have no idea why this man will continue to argue with her, especially when she has a firearm. Losing my life over a Walmart parking space is definitely not the way I want to go out. Her, is she standing her ground, standing in a Walmart parking lot, waving around a firearm when she could easily get in the car or walk away? Him, walking at someone who may be crazy and agitated, pointing a firearm at him when he could just keep walking inside is a terrible lesson to learn too late.
People are batshit crazy. And they're looking for problems. And black people, I've seen this recently, many years actually, not even recently. They're never giving the white person the benefit of the doubt. It's just not going to happen. They do not like you. They do not like you. Act accordingly. Don't get in a fight with them over a fucking parking space. Ugh.
And I wanted to play that short clip because at the end of the day, I have to disagree with this guy. I don't know his name. I know his YouTube channel is called Compound Media. So if you want to go watch the full video, be my guest. Be sure to watch it. I watched half of it. And once I realized that he had a racial agenda, I just cut it short. Listen, if stand your ground is stand your ground, if that woman was in her right to stand her ground, then she deserves to be free. If she committed a crime, then she deserves jail time. At the end of the day, you all, that man had no right to walk up to anybody brandishing a firearm. And he may have even been right. But at the end of the day, is being right worth your life? If you know somebody is willing to shoot and kill you, why would you continue to antagonize the situation? If the woman, everybody want to go around saying, man, not the leaders, man, not the leaders, where they head, where they head. If you see that a woman has a gun in her hand and she is backing away from you, why are you going to approach her? It's just common sense, man. And it sucks that that man lost his life over something so petty. However, the woman's name hasn't been released. She hasn't been charged, which they said it doesn't mean anything because they can't come back and charge her. I just wanted to bring this story to you guys' attention because I got a feeling that it will be one of these big stories that America will be talking about for the rest of the summer, you all. So keep your notification bell on for more stories like this. Again, because who knows? She may be charged tomorrow or she may not. But at the end of the day, I got a feeling everybody's going to be talking about this. Peace and love to you all. I'm going to catch you all on the next video, and I'm out.